So if like me, you are quite new to Arc Raiders, I would say quite new, I've done nearly 70 hours in it now, just been playing it constantly if I'm being honest. You're probably trying the harder maps and failing and coming against a lot of PvP. Now, to be honest, all you really need to do is stick to battlegrounds and potentially do night raids. I've had great success in this. The route I usually take, which I'll show and demonstrate some of the stuff, is the outer rims with a little touch of the complex as well. But that depends on where you start on the map when you come in. Key things I always look for is what the timer is. If it's 28 minutes or below, I tend to just extract straight away because everyone's moving into positions and it's a lot harder, especially if sometimes you'll start at 18 minutes. It's pointless because a lot of the good loot's already taken. I focus my extract always here, even though people think it's a harder way to get out. There's a way to get into this, it's a lot easier using this route, but always check which one of these two has got the longest time and work from there, because this one may close after 15 minutes and you won't have time to get around the route. This is key, this route as well, because it's got residencies, so you can get stuff like the cushions, the toasters for your benches, upgrade your chicken, but also gives you the chance to get some of the fruits as well as you're running around. And if there's a bloom event on, this is a really good map for it as well, because you can get the prickly pears, etc. And there's also, everyone knows now, the little hidden caches in the bridge, which will show. I always fail the jump, but I've got a harp, like a zipline gun, so I'll use that instead. But I'll show you all the elements. This route also takes you away from the main PvP zones. These red areas aren't great. This is only decent if you have the key, but people tend to head there straight away, so it is quite vulnerable, especially if you've got gear fear. I don't really get it because it's just pixels, but some people do. You don't want to go into these areas later into the game. You want to just get out there as quick as possible. So this is a good chill element because a lot of the new players are still on this one. So you're less likely to come against PvP, and in PvP they do come across, they tend to be really bad because they're still learning the game or they've got really bad guns. But I'll show you the route I take now and explain to you why I do it as I'm going along as well. Now the key element is we're 29 minutes, so it's a fresh run. We are starting right here, so we'll go to the Broken Bridge, we'll go anti-clockwise. It's maybe an easier way of doing this. Chances are someone might went to the bridge. Always worth checking here, see what you've got. Just for loadout, always take adrenaline, the usual stuff. Grenade, I use that for distractions more than anything. And I use this because I can't climb. But it's good, because starting from here, you see there's a barrel there as well. Now normally I go that way, but over there, if you run to that island, there's a little section there you can go on as well. I won't finish that end, but just to show you in the map, run across here, there's elements here, and there's elements here where you can get caches just around the rocks. That's your key bit. I'm going to end down here, so that's why I'm not going that way. Just running back this way won't make any sense for me personally on this run. Listen out around here, because there's sometimes a raiders cache as well. That is extremely beneficial. They're always worth getting. I use earbuds, so I hear them really easily. It's just a personal preference that I prefer to use when playing the game. Now the bridge you're looking for is up here. You've probably seen it in all the videos, everyone shows it. You can walk, if you come the other way, you can walk along the bridge and just drop off and just grab the ledge. I can't do it, I always fall, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I can. Cars are always useful simply because Rusty Gears, the mythical unicorn of this game for me, is so hard for me to find. I don't know why, but it is. I've only got one of these, so I don't want to lose it. This sometimes is very easy to do, sometimes a pain. But position, if you've got one of these, position it there. Push forward and you can see gun case. Now I'm going to put this back in here just in case something happens. Always worth checking. I'm not a shotgun person, so I don't care if I lose that, if I'm being perfectly honest. And rounds. This is RNG, remember, so it does change time to time. In fact, if I see someone that's friendly, I'll give them that shotgun. I don't use it. Don't need the coins either. People who say, "Oh, yeah, you got so many coins for this," you don't really need the coins. If I'm honest, you're always gonna have a good influx of coins because you've got that much rubbish that you collect. So now we're heading up to the raider camp. This is always good, worth doing. Always run with your gun away. A hotkey, a mouse key, to make sure I can get rid of it straight away, and just quickly bring it out when I need to. I like to run the anvil more than anything because it takes out the arcs quite quick. In here, try and loot everything because you get the XP for it. I'm not going to loot a lot because I don't need a lot of things at the minute. I'm tracking certain items. It's always worth tracking items as well. Sometimes you'll get a bag that sits on this table. It comes with a gun, so bear that in mind. Now, on the night raid, if you're going to be doing this, it's worth heading over to the complex. I'm showing the map here. There's it takes you down below this way and just run into this area. Then you can run back out safely and get back in the route. It's worth doing. I'm not going to show up for this because again I don't need it. Someone's on the bridge doing the cars because they've just run by one, so it's something you need to play for. But we're going to keep to the high ground up here. This usually keeps you away from it because everyone runs to the middle, so this is going to keep you away. So if you do get the gear fear and stuff like that, or you're doing the night version of this, this works really well. It's always worth noting when you hear that noise in the background as well, where something's dropping, watch where it's going to go, because if it's going your route you may have to alter it just a little bit. If you have done your skill tree and got the crouching perk, use that in quiet areas like this instead of your adrenaline pens, because it just saves you a lot of fucking time and hassle. And you want to use them just in case you get caught out. Now, it is beneficial always starting at this top end. I like to leave via the annex testing area because it's a much easier way of doing it. I'll show you the easy way of doing it as well. But you can leave from down there, but just bear in mind that it's a hotbed because you've got the generation hall, which a lot of people go into, and people from here like to run back up to this one as well. At night, that's usually the one that's open. I say take lure grenades with you just to distract things, and if you see loads of people there, try just shooting at some of the arcs and bringing them across because it works. Now, coming to the apartments, I'm not going to run through all the apartments, but just to show you, this is a good place for places like the dog collar, the cushions, toasters. You always get in here. Yo, friendly, yo, friendly, here, dude, come, here, take this. There you go, enjoy. I don't need it, I don't use it. So yeah, run through these buildings. It's worth doing it. I am struggling to find my third cushion at the minute, but this is a lot safer area to do it, especially at night because it's better loot at night. You're going to get them. There's 2 apartments here, and when you get down to Ruby, there's 3 apartments. Oh, I tend to always start at the top of them because it's just an easier way of doing it. Just manoeuvre my way through here. This just gives you a good idea of where you can go. You can see now. Oh, sorry, that was the pattern house. The Ruby's further along. But it's worth checking that one as well. Just bear in mind, all the outskirts that are here are spawn areas. So if you go down to there as well, there's a quest. That's where the box is for the quest. I can't remember which quest it is, but there's also a bag in there as well. I'm not going to go down there for just now because I'm trying to not prolong this into something stupidly long because it doesn't need to be that way. You see now we're on the map, we'll run along the ridge line. That'll take us down to Ruby Residence and down to the apartments. If you get some good loot and you do carry a hatch key, there is a hatch down there to use as well. But just bear in mind, at night you can't use the hatches, so it's always something to take in consideration when you're doing it. And the bloom events is very good running this route as well because there's cactus here, and that's where you get the prickly pears. You won't get any olives in here unless you get the baskets that pop up. So only times you'll get olives in this map, and the other stuff. But this is if you want to get stuff like the mushrooms and go into the swamp and just look around the trees, you'll find the mushrooms in the trees, usually in the darker, dull areas. Just point to note here as well. If you go over there, there's sometimes a bag in this building. We'll have a quick look now. There's a quest line here where you have to do the batteries, so worth noting that as well. Don't think there will be a bag here. Yeah, there is. So there's a bag there. See what's in it. Always worth checking. Decent loot. Canisters, you need them for one of your benches as well. So running back onto track now. I never found anything over on that one. So I don't really check it anymore, but it might be worth just checking just in case. Now, this route's brilliant for just finding random little blueprints and stuff as well, with the bags. I'm going to try not to use my drilling pens too much for the time being, just because I don't want to waste them, because I might need them. And come back along to this route, just to give you a perspective of where we are. We're heading to Ruby Residence now. Again, unless people are running the roads, which is always worth doing the cars to get the XP, you're not going to find a lot of people here. It's just a very quiet route. You can hear the gunfires on the left. Run down here on the right. You've got 3 apartments here, one there, one at the back. you can quickly tell if someone's been in, because you get to the first floor and you go into the kitchens, you'll see the drawers are open. Then you know it's worth doing or not. But again, it's just one of them. You just need to see how you get on and take it from there. I always find this really beneficial, and it keeps you away from danger. It's very rare you get arcs here as well, because they're mainly in the middle. The hatch you're looking for, if you want to quick extract, is down there, just behind that green building. That's also a quest line for the very early stages, so you can go and fix the one there. Second set of... Is that someone there? No, someone in the hatch. Second set of apartments, just a reference point. 3 apartments here, 2 apartments here. We're going to be running down and cutting through, down the swamp line and down this way. It's literally just the outskirts. I do it probably 10 to 15 times a day. Just when I'm trying to get easy runs for loot. Because you can find stuff like the electrical components, which I'll show you where to breach shortly. The fans and stuff like that. It's such an easy one. And because this is the first map people use, it's a lot of friendlier people on it. If you go to things like Spaceport, it's a bit more PvP. Bride City, exactly the same. It's just easier. And now the new map's opened as well, you'll find less people on here. So it's a win-win really. All the PvP masters will be trying to on there doing the new map instead. Now, I'll give a perspective point where we are in a second. See, now we are running along this ridge line, then we really start coming down this way in a minute. You see that one's closing, so that's no use to us whatsoever. And we're going to come down by the substation and through, and there is another hatch. There's a lot of running involved in this one, but as I say, it's safety more than anything. This is a spawn point, so the chances are there will be nothing here, but always check, because sometimes there's a bag here. You see someone's been here already. Just get the XP, move on. This is probably like the last boring part of the run, because there's not a lot to check. You can dip into things as well and make it a bit versatile to what you found already and get yourself out. But I just find it's such an easier way of doing it. I say all the stuff that I've got is mainly came from Dam, and I've got a lot of stuff. I do like to do Blue City as well. Blue Gate, sorry. It's decent. And there's a lot of raider caches around this area as well. It's worth noting. Now, it's worth noting this is a spawn point as well, so this is another potential place you would start. And if you don't want to do that whole run area, just ignore it and come from here. Just for the purpose of this, that's why I fast forwarded it, this section. There's a carrier, you can do the carry here as well, where they get the metal boxes and take them over to there. See where the satellites are and all them, that's where you take the metal boxes. There's sometimes a lot of raider caches here as well, so sometimes if you spawn in, you're going to get a raider's cache straight away. These are quite good for random bags turn up as well, so bear that in mind when you're passing this area. I say you're less likely now to find any PvP until you get to the annex, because most people have done this and run in, unless they're going to be at the scrapyard, which we're going to head to now. Again, that's a good place to try and find rusted gears. I say that I've only found one that actually came from there, and I've run all the other maps trying to find them as well. I think it's just so hard to find. That and cushions seem to be my biggest downfall at the minute. As we cut across this area, you'll start then coming back into the main areas as points. Now you'll see elements that we're going to be going to shortly as well. As we come up to here, come down to this section. You can run up to there if you want. It's up to you. It's just going to take you further up to there and run down that way. That's probably the route we'll take just now. But I just want to show you scrapyards down here. Loads of cars you can touch and go through. I'm just using our adrenaline because cautious how long this is taking. Again, listen for caches and you will get prickly pears dropping from the cactuses in this area. So it's definitely something you're going to need. Always take them and keep a load of them because it's a pain. Up to this point, this will be looted now, guaranteed, because of the way we started the map. There's no way, unless someone never spawned here, very unlikely that they haven't done it. These are always worth checking because RNG does give you bags, so as I say, it's worth doing. Same as other ones, always check the left, you have the computer there. Come in, check the beds, check the sides. As you come up here, check for a bag as well. As expected, someone's done it. Just grab the XP, it's fine. But just bear in mind, if you're doing this in the other way, it's going to be beneficial for you. And you see now, our next point of call is going to be over there. If I can get through the rocks, and I appear to be stuck. I say this is a very chill method of doing this. It's not an unknown route. I'm pretty sure most people do it, but especially for new players or solo players who have just not really explored dams and went straight into other maps and maybe struggling, beneficial. That's not what I wanted to see, basically. That was the opposite of what I wanted to see, those two dropping down. Right, so, again, there's a cache over here. I say I wear earbuds so I hear them quite quickly. There's not a great deal I want to take from that. I tend to do this run a lot with the free loot as well. Free loadout. It just, for me, it's just, I just run on and see what I get. And if I don't get anything, I don't care if I really get taken out or not. Just for reference, running down to the side here, then we can break left. Again, this is just a lot about keeping cover and keeping yourself like protected. So if you're not really into PvP, or if you're specifically looking for items and you've got a safe pocket, this is the best way to do it. It just keeps you from having to care about stuff, and because you're outskirts. Unless you've got someone else doing the same, and chances are if they are, they're friendly because they're in the same predicament as you, they don't want to really be doing too much, then keep running along this route. It's just beneficial, if I'm being honest. We're going to head down here. There is a spot around here as well. You'll see a bunker come up down here, so this is another spawn point. So if you spawn from there, you can use it and go whichever route you want. If I spawn from here, usually I tend to just run this element and just cut across and go back up and just finish. I don't like to start on this point because it's just too far out the way from everything else. So I just tend to go from here and just run straight down, because you're going to be the first person to do these camps. And you do get bags dropping here as well, and you do get arcs that fall in place. So it can be a beneficial run for you. Check here, sometimes a bag, there isn't this instance, sometimes there's arcs to do. There's an arc here, you see no one's done it. I'm not going to do the arcs now. Have a look, I've had a bag up there once, so just check. And when you come across here, there's sometimes a raider cache over there, and there's a bag in here sometimes. Yeah, not on this occasion. Then all we do, someone's already deployed a zip line up here, but this is the way I always leave the map when I come here. For a couple of reasons. Somebody running down there. I find it easier because there's that many things in play. I always come in here, have a look. No one's cleared them all randomly, but if you come in here, there's a bag of sorts in here. That's worked out for me. And you can see here, this is where I get my electrical components and stuff from all the time. It's beneficial for me. I always check these because some people early game don't know what they're looking for, and they'll leave the fans that I need. And from here, I'll run up here, check. There's a unit there that sometimes can open as well. Come here, click, done, zipline it in. Now, because it's so busy here with arcs most of the time, I find it really easy to do. Now that zipline's static, it's always there from the annex side. You can just basically take it and use it. Come in here, close this door behind you just because it's simpler. Right, just have to be careful here. I do that to get their attention, because they're not going to be looking at you then. And it gives you the chance to then get a free run to get round here. They will spot you at one point, but it's fine. Just for the purpose of this, I am using it. Because I know I can get away because I've got the extended run. So I'm not too fussed. Ideally, you don't want them there, but for the purpose of this, I don't want to stretch this out for no reason. But sometimes, see if you come here and you think there is hostiles in the area, other players, see if you just fire at one of them, it'll tend to stop players from coming down to this shed as well. So it works in your benefit. Now just let it open. Oh, friendly, 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 friendly. And that's you. As easy as that. Is it? You see, 8,000 just for literally doing that. It was not a lot involved in that, and I didn't stop and check everything. It's just the time taken as well is worth it. As I say, it's a very beneficial route to take. As I say, I will show you just for reference. We started down here and we just run all the way around. You can break down, but I like to do apartments where I do it and run down and shoot through. Normally I would miss this section out if I started here or up here, but we started here. You can verify it as well, versatile, sorry. You start up here, just do one element and cut yourself back in or cut back in again. But the key areas that we didn't do is this island here and this island. Check these islands to make sure there is bags within the rocks just right there, and sometimes husks are broken down here as well. Very simple route. You see, we didn't see any players at all. This is mainly a chill route to run. If you don't have the grappling gun, you're going to have to try and watch videos on how to drop down. It's very simple. I'm just really bad at it. That's the only thing. And that zip line is always here. It's static, so you just have to go up to it, press the E, and it'll fire across and take you across. And that is just a simple little route to take. I do it all the time, constantly, because it gets me everything I need. As I should say, most of my inventory has come from doing dam. It's just, yeah, keys, all these keys have come. Don't get me wrong, a small portion of it's come from other maps, but all this has came from doing that run and just going through every single element. And the apartments are really good. All these came from the Bloom event in dam as well. So it's definitely worth checking. And this actually came from one of the bags on the little island. I found it. I just don't have the BP for it. So I hope that helps. I know it's a long video. I try to speed it up where I can. But for solos, it is a really good run to do, especially if you want to keep away from PvP. Just remember on the night raids, it's limited hatches, so you have to be a lot more coy in how you do it.